The Dorset Uncovered of today is looking at the tiny but beautiful village of Portesham. The village has a very rich history dating all the way back to 1024, when King Canute, who was the Viking ruler of England, actually gave the village to one of his subjects, Org, and his wife Fola. However, the couple died without any children, so the land was passed on to Abbotsbury Monastery. And I just wanted to point out they have this amazing map in the village, so unfortunately I can't cover everything, so if you want to learn more, definitely take a visit. The area is very rich in bird life. However, apparently if geese fly over the village, that means very bad weather is incoming. For example, in 1955 the village recorded the highest rainfall in all of Great Britain, with 10-foot streams and many flooded houses. On a more positive note, let's take a look at one of those beautiful churches which I've ever seen. And inside the church is just as good, as you can find this great piece of artwork which gives the key details of the history of the village. And I was also interested by this funeral plaque dating all the way back to the 1600s, just alongside some very beautiful stained glass. The area was quite affected during the English Civil War, and you can actually find 2 cannonballs embedded into the church, as it was said that the parliamentarians had a surprise attack on the village. Portesham has also had some famous residents, such as Sir Admiral Thomas Hardy, not to be confused with the writer Thomas Hardy, and for this reason you'll find the Hardy Monument nearby, dedicated in his honour. The area remains quite traditional, however it used to be thriving, with free bakers, bookmakers, blacksmiths, among many other kinds of shops. By 1885 the area was served by railway due to local quarrying needs, however it didn't last long as it wasn't successful, and by 1952 this had been gone. This is just a brief overview of its history, but it's a fascinating place with tales of Vikings to the English Civil War to the ways of traditional village life. And it's at its most beautiful during springtime, so I definitely recommend a visit.